Hey guys, it's Kelly, and I'm back today with a slow flow practice for you. Now, this practice is going to be great for stretching out the legs, and if you're a beginner, it'll be really nice because you'll have time to adjust and listen to different cues to modify the poses. So if you're ready to practice, roll out your mat, and let's get started. We'll start in a comfortable seat, so go ahead and find your way towards your seat. Maybe that's crisscross like I am, or maybe you're sitting in your thunderbolts, hips at the heels. Wherever you are, just begin to settle. Close the eyes and relax the shoulders. And allow your thoughts and your awareness to go towards your breath. Notice how the air feels on your skin. And then begin to deepen the breath as you inhale and exhale through the nose. Maybe it takes you 1 second longer to inhale fully. And then exhale nice and slowly. See if you can lengthen your exhale. And begin to turn into your breath even more. So we'll start to work towards our Ujjayi breath. That's the breath with a slight constriction. It can sound like the waves of the ocean. And the Ujjayi breathing can really help provide a sense of calm to the body because you're stimulating the vagus nerve. So inhale through the nose like normal. On your exhale, bring back the tongue just a little closer to the roof of the mouth. Not touching, but a little closer. And exhale. Inhale normally through the nose. Exhale, tongue comes a little closer to the roof of the mouth. Now on your inhale, keep the tongue where it is. Notice if the breath is audible and let that be okay. That means you're doing it right. Exhale. Good. Return to your normal breathing through the nose. Feel a sense of calm when there's no constriction. But throughout this practice, I would like to invite you to use your Ujjayi breathing as you find calm and presence in the postures, as you move from one to the other. Let's blink the eyes open on your next inhale. Rise the arms high, reach high. Gaze towards the ceiling, towards your fingertips. Really spread the fingertips away. Good. And then right hand comes beside the right hip. Get long through the left arm. Take a side bend over to the right. Left hip stays grounded here. And if you've got more space, you can crawl the right fingertips out. Gaze under the left arm. Breathe into the left side body. Open up, make space. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale, come back up, arms reach high. This time plant the left hand down. Get long through the right side body. Start to tilt over to the right. Almost feel like you're sending your right hip over to the right a little bit more to help you stay grounded towards the mat. And if you'd like to crawl the left hand out, you can. And just breathe through the nose, in and out. Really straighten through the right arm. Good. And then come all the way back up. Plant the right hand on the mat. Good. Bring the hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Take a moment to set an intention. How do you want to show up today for your practice? Knowing that in the beginning I told you we'd be moving slowly. Maybe your intention is to stay present, to stay with your breath. Inhale your intention through the nose, sealing it in. Exhale, bow in. Good, come back up. And we'll rock off and find your way into your tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over the knees. Really spread the fingers nice and wide on the mat. Ground down through the knuckle mounds. So no fingers coming up here. We want to have them all flat on the mat, grounding in. Press the mat away. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. So we're active here in our tabletop pose. Inhale, let the belly come low. Draw the chest through the shoulders for your cow stretch. Gaze is high. Nice. And then exhale, articulate through the spine as you round back and send your gaze towards your thighs for your cat pose. Spread the shoulder blades away. Inhale, belly low, nice and slowly move one vertebrae at a time for your cow pose. Exhale, round the spine. Keep drawing the belly button in as you send the gaze back. Press the mat away. You're an angry cat here. Maybe one of my cats will come in and say hello today. I don't know. They're sleeping right now. Let's inhale. Belly low, heart lifts. And then exhale back. For your cat. Good. From here, shift the hips back. Child's pose. Relax the forehead on the mat. Allow the arms to soften. Just remember, anytime you feel you're losing your presence in what you're doing, or you need to reconnect with your breath or your intention, you can come to this position. This position is always available to you, no matter what we're doing. Inhale back up, tabletop pose. Bring the palms about half a palm print forward. Tuck the toes under and begin to hover the knees. Press the hips up and back. And then send the belly towards the thighs. Knees are still bent here. Straighten through the arms. For your turbo dog. So it's like we're in downward facing dog, but bent knees and the belly is really close to the thighs if you can. Good, and then allow one leg to straighten and then the other, warming up the calves here. Super early, maybe this feels really good. Maybe the calves are tight, and just enjoy this stretch. Moving mindfully today. Good. Maybe you come up super high on the toes. Send the heels over to the left. Good. You can bend the left knee to deepen the stretch and really open and twist to the right. You can even send your gaze under the right arm. Keep it on the mat. Good. Tippy toes once again. Heels are high and lifted. Send the heels over to the right. Straighten the left leg, bend the right. You can twist a little more to the left if that feels good. We're just moving the body and opening to prepare for our practice. Let's come back to our turbo dog. Belly button comes in and the belly comes towards the thighs. Press the mat away, and then allow the heels to fall towards the mat. Notice the tuck of the tail here, and see if you can broaden and send the sit bones towards the ceiling. It's okay if the knees are still bent here. Good. And then we'll shift forward to high plank. Adjust your spacing if you need to so the shoulders are right over the wrists. Breathe. Lower down to the knees. Shift a little forward. Keep the elbows in tight by the body, or close to the body rather. And then come all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes when you arrive. Elbows close by the body. Engage through the legs. And then inhale up, a little lift through the chest. Keep the back of the neck long. Exhale, release. Good, once again. Inhale, a little lift through the chest. Maybe you press into the hands just a little bit. Keep space under the neck, so we're neutral. Gaze out just a little in front of you. Exhale, release, good. Bring the fingertips to the outside edges of the mat. Elbows point towards the ceiling. On your inhale, inhale up. Good, exhale, release. One more time. Inhale up, baby cobra. Good, and then we'll dip the left shoulder down, send the gaze over the right, stretching the top of the left shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale, gaze to the left, dip the right shoulder down this time. Inhale all the way up, good. Exhale, release. Hands come under the shoulders once again. Press into the pads of the fingers, come back. Tabletop position. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips, press back. Downward facing dog. Good, send the gaze up to the hands, come up high on your tippy toes, and we'll tippy toe all the way up to the front of the mat. Let's separate the feet so they're hip distance. Keep that belly to thigh connection if you can by keeping a big bend in the knees, and fold forward. And just breathe here. You can grab onto opposite elbows if that's comfortable, and just allow gravity to help the body to hang, to soften. Breathe. Gentle sway side to side. And release the grip on the elbows if you have it. Imagine you have weights on the end of your fingers, and we'll round up very slowly to stand, but let the arms be super heavy. Let the head remain heavy. So we're stacking one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slowly. Arms are still heavy. Chin is to the chest. And then shoulders come back and down, rise the head. Nice. Let's inhale, arms come high. Exhale, forward fold, sweep the arms down. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands onto your shins. We're looking for a nice flat back here, so notice if you're rounding forward. Find that nice flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring the arms super high. Reach them high. Gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands together and bring them to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands on the mat, so bend the knees if you need to. Shift the weight into the left foot as you step the right foot way back, finding your lunge. Find your balance. Ground down through the four corners of the left foot and the ball of the right foot, so the heel is lifted. Inhale, hover the hands, shoulder blades draw together. Good, so we're not upright here, but we're finding length in the spine. And we're breathing. So gaze is still in front of the toes on the mat. Maybe you feel your left hip talking to you right now. I know I do. That's why sometimes holding postures can be so much more work than we think. Let's plant the hands to frame the front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to a high plank. You can lower the knees down. Lower halfway down. And then all the way down, untuck the toes. Shoulders, or hands right under the shoulders. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale, back down. Tuck the toes. Shift back through your tabletop and then downward facing dog. So that is your modified Vinyasa flow. So you can take that version. I'll offer other versions later if you want to amp it up a little bit, but remember, it's a slow flow, and we are listening to our bodies today. Let's inhale the right leg high. Keep the foot square, so draw the toes towards the shin to keep the hips square instead of opening up. And bring the knee towards your nose. Shift into plank, shoulders over wrists, and then step the right foot forward. Good. Find your balance here. Inhale. Hover the hands. Keep drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step it forward, forward, fold. Yes. Inhale. Halfway lift. Find length in your spine, so bring the hands to the shins or even to the thighs if that's more comfortable for you, wherever you find that length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms come high. Exhale, hands draw to heart center, beautiful. Good, let's bring the feet to touch this time. Inhale, arms come high. Exhale, sit back and down, chair pose. Weight shifts into the heels. Maybe if you peek down, you can see your toes past your knees. Good, bring the hands to heart center. Exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot back this time. A little faster. Inhale, halfway lift. Plug the shoulder blades back. Plant the hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Option to keep the knees lifted, or you can lower the knees back down to the mat. Exhale, halfway down or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra like we did before. So if you're in your upward facing dog, really press the mat away. Exhale, lift the hips, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. So that's another option. That's one of our amped up options. That's as amped as we'll get today. Using chaturanga, upward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left knee comes towards the nose. Step the foot forward. Find your footing here for you feel balanced. Inhale, hover the arms. Breathe. Plant the hands, step it up, forward fold. Heel toe the feet together. Good. Sink the hips down, and we're gonna come all the way up, chair pose. Arms by the ears. If this is too much on your shoulders, arms can be straight out in front of you. Breathe. And then rise, stand tall. Hands draw to heart center. Beautiful. Sometimes the slower we go, the more muscles we are using. So it can be a lot more challenging than one might think. That's why it's good to do. Let's inhale, arms come high. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale to rise, halfway lift. Step the right foot back. Good. Inhale, we'll rise all the way up to a crescent lunge. I know, we just kind of threw that in there. You can keep a bend in the back knee. Good, really feel the stretch along the hip flexor. Tuck the tail slightly, and then see if you can straighten the back leg. Good. Good. Bring the hands to heart center. Focus on something that's not moving in front of you. And inhale, we'll straighten through the leg. Exhale, bend the front leg. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. One more. Inhale, straighten. Nice. Exhale to bend. Hands come back up by the ears. And let's cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Leave the right hand planted and take the left hand to the left thigh and take a twist over to the left. Stack the shoulders. Use the hand on the thigh to help you. And if it feels good, extend the left arm high. Shift the weight forward so the left knee's over the left ankle. Good, and then cartwheel the left hand down. Lower the back knee, shin, and foot. Low lunge. Bring the palms up onto the left thigh. Breathe. You can extend the arms up overhead if that would feel good. And then hands come down to frame the front foot. Straighten through the left leg, runner's stretch. Draw the toes back towards the shin, so active flexed left foot. Breathe. Maybe you work on your ujjayi breathing here, constricting the back of the throat just slightly. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Always moving a little deeper on your exhales. Good, crawl the hands forward once again. Listen closely. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left leg. Plant the hand down. Take your right foot and spin it towards the left behind you. Keep the knee exactly where it is. Notice how your left shoulder presses against your left thigh. If you need a block or additional support or come higher, please do so. I'm going to come up on my fingertips for this one today. Rotate the chest towards the right, stack the shoulders, then inhale, reach the right arm high. This is like our side angle pose. Breathe. Good, and then windmill the right hand back down. Spin the right foot back down. Step it back, downward facing dog. Good, inhale forward to high plank. Exhale halfway down, chaturanga, or all the way down, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press into the tops of the feet, press into the hands, or you can take your baby cobra. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lift high. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose as you shift into plank. Step the right foot forward. Find your footing, ground down through the feet. Feet are hip distance still. Good, start to hover the hands. And when you feel balanced, rise up. Crescent lunge, other side, nice. Bend through the left knee, just a little bit. And then see if you can tuck the tail under. You might feel a stretch on your psoas, your hip flexor of the left side. Breathe. Good, draw the hands to heart center. Awesome. Focus your gaze on something that's not moving. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend the front leg. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend and hold. Arms come back high. Hands fly towards the mat. Left hand grounds down. Right knee's over the right ankle. Bring the right hand to the right thigh. And take a twist over to the right. So press into the thigh to help you open and rotate the shoulder. And then if it's comfortable, right hand can come high. Breathe. Good. Windmill the right hand down. Lower the back knee, shin, and foot down. Untuck the back toes. For our low lunge, crawl the right hands onto the right thigh. Sink the hips forward and down. Breathe. Find that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, arms can come high. Exhale, fly the hands down, straighten through the front leg, runner's stretch. Notice if you're shifting off to the left with the hips, and try to keep the hips square. Breathe. Where is your mind right now? Where is your presence? Has it wandered away from where you are in this moment? Come back to it. Come back to your intention. Come back to your breath. We'll crawl the hands forward. Plant the front foot. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Feel the connection of the thigh and the right shoulder. And then spin the left heel towards the right. Good. From here, rotate the chest over to the left. Windmill the left arm high. So we're using the connection of the shoulder and the thigh to help us rotate and open, stretching the side body as well as a deep hip stretch here on the inner thigh. Breathe. Good, and then windmill the hands back down. Bring the hand to the outside of the right foot again and step back, downward facing dog. Let's lower the knees. Child's pose. Reconnect with your breath here. Last exhale. And then we'll come back up to our downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts high behind you. And we'll bring the left foot forward, so as many steps as that takes. Spin the right heel down, setting up heel to arch alignment. Left heel aligns with the arch of the middle of the right foot. Right arm comes forward, left arm comes back for ready. And then we'll rise up, windmill open, warrior two. Take a peek down at your feet. Sometimes it looks a little different when we come up high. Rotate the left thigh towards the left. Shoulder blades draw in, reach out through the fingertips and gaze. Gaze at your left middle finger. Breathe. Flip the front palm, reach a little forward, take it back. Reverse your warrior. Right arm is low, left arm is high. Nice slow breaths. Good. Come back to your warrior two. Straighten through the front leg this time. Send the gaze back over your middle finger. Send the right hip back towards the right, towards your back hand. See if you can reach really long through the left hand. And then when you can't reach anymore, find your edge and allow the left hand to come down. Right arm comes high, triangle pose. but ground the left hand down on something. Stack the shoulders, like imagine if there were two panes of glass, one on each side of your body. So if you're rounding forward, try to open up. Gaze can come high towards the ceiling, or if it's comfortable, you can keep it at the floor. Bend the knee, the front knee rather, and come all the way back up, straighten the leg. Bring the hands towards the hip and spin the left toes in so our feet are parallel to the short edge of our mat. Good, hands come towards the hips, elbows draw back, so lengthening through the spine, opening through the chest. And then nice and slowly with a flat back, we'll begin to hinge at the hips and stay wherever you get, where you feel yourself wanting to round, and stay there just for a breath. And then on your exhale, bring the hands down, allow the spine to round, and just be here in your fold. Shift the weight a little bit more into the toes. We often tend to sink weight into our heels here. Inhale, halfway lift, so find length in the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find length once again. Plant the left hand underneath the face and inhale the right arm high for a twist. Exhale, switch it out. Right hand plants. Inhale, keep the hips the same, but left arm comes high. And release. Good. Hands come to the hips. With a nice flat back, come all the way back up. And we'll just switch sides here to keep it easy. Right toes will come out to the right, facing the short edge of the mat. Good. Heel to arch alignment still. Bend through the front knee. We'll find our warrior two first. This time, gaze over the right middle finger. But I want you to take a peek back and just notice if the left arm is sagging. Sometimes that can tend to happen if we're not active through both arms. Breathe. Flip the front palm, reach a little forward. Then take it back, reverse your warrior. Right arm is high. Keep a bend in the right knee. You can do it. Breathe. Good, come back to your warrior two, straighten through the front leg. Really reach long through the right fingertips. See how long I've reached. And then finding that lengthen, take that tilt forward. Triangle pose, rotate the shoulders. Open, stack the shoulders, rise the arm, breathe into the side body. Good. And then micro bend in the front knee as you rise all the way back up. Good. Spin the right toes. Coming back in our wide-legged fold once again. This time take your hands, interlace them behind the lower back, and begin to straighten the arms, shine the chest, shine the heart towards the ceiling, and then hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Allow the knuckles to come off the lower back if that's available. If not, no worries. If you can't get this grip, no worries. Your hands are on the hips. Good, and then everyone, hands come to the lower back. And relax the hands down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And we'll just walk it out left and right just a little bit, working the adductors, the inner thighs. Let's crawl it side to side, go to the right. Crawl it over to the left, to the right. Good. And come back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the hips, rise high. Nice. And then spin the left toes towards the front and oop, we'll just take a step towards the front of the mat. Good. Inhale, arms come high. Exhale, back and down chair pose. Shift weight into the right foot. See if you can cross the left leg over the right. You can kickstand the left toes if you'd like. You can bring the hands to heart center for balance. Maybe you wrap the left toes around the right calf. But focus your gaze wherever you are. Inhale, the arms come high. Exhale, right arm comes over the left. Maybe you give yourself a hug here. Maybe you can cross at the hands, so the forearms. Breathe. It's our eagle pose. Allow the wiggles to be there. And then we'll come out, open the arms, uncross the legs, reach the arms high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Beautiful. Other side, sit back and down. Chair pose, you can keep the hands at heart center. Shift weight into the left foot, hover the right. See if you can cross the right leg over the left. You can start with your tippy toes on the floor to help with balance. Often I find the more you bend the left knee, sometimes the more stable you'll feel. You can wrap the right leg all the way around if you'd like, really hugging the legs together. Good. From here, right arm underneath the left. So either find that hug or cross at the forearms and the hands. Allow them to meet. If you have the eagle arm wrap, allow the arms to be right in the middle of your eyes. So it's okay. So you don't want to be off kilter, so you can see. Challenges the balance even more. And then unwind, reach the arms high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Beautiful. We'll do one more, and I'll face you guys, our tree pose. Find your way to your right foot. Open up the left leg. You can kickstand here again, hands at heart center. Or maybe you let the left hand help you here and bring the left foot a little higher on the thigh. Really press the foot into the thigh into the foot. Breathe. Find your gaze. Find your drishti, that focus, that point of focus where you can balance. Maybe the arms rise. Slowly bring the hands back to heart center if they left. And release the foot down. Nice, shake it out. Other side, ground down through the left foot, hands at heart center. Open up the right hip. Find the sole of the right foot to the left thigh. Really lift up out of the left hip. Notice if you're sinking down. Stay here, or bring the right foot anywhere onto the left leg where it feels good for you today. Some days it's different for me. And some days it depends on how slippery my leggings are. Oop, see, a little slip. If you want to rise your arms up, go ahead. Or just stay right here with hands at heart center. And release the foot down. Good. Bring the feet together. Inhale, arms come high. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Good. From here, let's heel toe the feet out so that they're mat distance. Toes point out just a little bit. Heels come in as we sink down into our yogi squat malasana. Hands come to heart center. Breathe. Draw the chest through even here. Good. And from here, bring one hand behind you and then the other. Find your way to your seat, nice and carefully and slowly. Extend the legs out straight in front of you. Good. Toes draw towards the shins, so flex the feet. Inhale the arms high. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Don't look at the toes, but reach the hands past the toes. Could you engage the belly button in towards the spine a little bit? And then exhale, round down, find your fold. You can grab a hold of the outside edges of the feet if it's available, or just allow the hands to soften by the legs. Just breathe. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. The sound of the ocean, that slight constriction. To instill more calm and peace in your body. Activate your parasympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight response that our body has. Good, and then come up and nice and carefully, we'll just lower onto our backs. Nothing fancy here to get down. And bring the heels on the mat, knees come in, heels come a little wide. And just take a few breaths right here. Set up for our bridge pose. Knees point towards the ceiling. Hands come alongside the body. Feet plant on the floor, on the mat. Head stays where it is. And on your inhale, begin to press through the feet and lift the hips up off the mat. Engage through the glutes. Maybe you walk one shoulder in, walk the right shoulder in to lift the chest a little bit more. Keep pressing through the heels. Breathe. Keep the gaze at the ceiling. Don't turn your neck side to side. We want to protect the spine. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly lower one vertebrae at a time to the mat. Good. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Rock around side to side. Good. Lower the feet back down onto the mat. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. You can stay here, guide the left knee open if that's enough, if you're feeling it in your hips. Or you can bring everything up off the ground closer to the body. So hands interlaced behind the right thigh. You can use the left elbow to help guide the left thigh open to deepen your stretch. And breathe. Good. Let's release and we'll switch it out. Plant the feet on the mat. Right ankle crosses over the left. Open up the right thigh. Or you can bring the left thigh in, hug everything in close to the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. You can guide the right thigh open. It feels good. Good. And then give yourself another hug once again. Extend the right leg down straight and strong on the mat. Hug the left knee in. Maybe go a little more towards the left armpit. And then relax your grip. Allow the right hand to help guide the left knee over the body. You can scoot your hips a little to the left if that helps. And then come back to center nice and slowly. If you slid the hips over, go ahead and recenter. Good. And then hug the right knee in. Allow the left leg to straighten. Strong and straight left leg. Breathe. And then allow the right leg to cross over the body. Right arm comes out into a T. Gaze can follow the right arm. I like to close my eyes here for a twist that just feels so good and so yummy. And then come back to center. Hug the knees in once again. Let's find our happy baby pose. Separate the knees super wide. Maybe you grab onto the outside edges of each foot, or you hold onto your shins or your thighs. But wherever you are, pull the feet down as you press the feet into the hands. So you've got this isometric contraction going on. Good. If you'd like, you can straighten both legs into a straddle. You grab on a peace grip on the big toes. If not, just stay where you are. Beautiful. From here, find your way to your Shavasana. Extend the legs out to each corner of the mat and just allow yourself to be here for several breaths in stillness and in quiet. Keeping the eyes closed. So allow yourself to reap the benefits of your practice and the calm you brought in the body from your Ujjayi breathing, from the movements, from the stretches. As the mind wanders and thoughts come in, just acknowledge them and then let the thoughts float on by, like clouds in the sky. Begin to deepen your breath and bring subtle sensations back into the body. Maybe you wiggle the fingers with the toes. And take the arms overhead. Take a nice good morning stretch. Oh, stretch out the body. Good, and then as you're ready, make your way over to the right side and pause for a breath. And the fetal position, you can use your right hand as a pillow. Take a breath in. Exhale. Use the left hand to help press your way back up to a comfortable seat. Rest the palms on the thighs. Keep the eyes closed or the gaze low. Bring the hands to heart center. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, bow in. Namaste.